It's personal to me because it's personal to all women. Jill. It's one example of how we still treat women differently than men.
Right. So the men's 2020 World Cup total prize money is $440 million. Compare that to the women's 2019 World Cup total prize money. It's just $30 million.
You know who's to blame in women making less in female soccer? Women, because they're not watching this shit.
The United States women's national team has won 4 World Cup championships. We've won 4 Olympic gold medals on behalf of this great country. We've filled stadiums. We've broken viewing records.
So what's the problem with money? Now we're going to get to Don Lemon, who goes like full Andrew Tate on CNN, but she's saying all this stuff, but people aren't watching it. And I'm going to blame it on women. Half the country's women. If they watch this shit, they'd make a fortune.
Sold out our jerseys, all the popular metrics by which we are judged.
Right.
And yet, despite all of this, we're still paid less than our male counterparts.
Because you don't generate the same money as the males, period, end of story. Think about this for a second. Do male strippers make as much as female strippers? The answer is no. You may say why? Because there's more people going to female strippers. There's more people watching men's soccer than women's. You make the coin, honey, you'll make the money.
And I feel like, honestly, we've done everything. You want stadiums filled, we filled them. You want role models for your kids, for your boys and your girls, and your little trans kids. We have that.
We don't want a role model for little trans kids because it's a micro fraction of the population. This person's an advocate, zealot, lunatic.
You want us to be respectful. You want us to perform on the world stage. You want us to take the stars and stripes and the red, white, and blue across the entire globe and represent America.
I don't know. I asked for any of that. I don't want to pay her a dime. If she can generate advertising revenue, people watch the shit, she'll get paid. If she can't, women's soccer can't, they won't get paid. That's how the system works. Well, it's how it's supposed to work, but now the men are giving half the prize money to the women.
The best way possible. We've done all of that.
But Harry, the women's team has been more successful than the men's team.
It's been far more successful. So just because something makes more...
Look at Harry, what a complete simp. I think his wife's name's Peg, and she's giving it to him. This guy is not objective at all. So we're going to go, oh, they're more successful, but no one's watching. That's the bottom line.
More money doesn't necessarily mean it's necessarily better, right? So if we look historically speaking, the Women's World Cup titles, they have won 4 since 1991.
I'm sure there's a junior college football team that goes undefeated almost all the time. But guess what? People watch Notre Dame more because they want to watch Notre Dame and want to put out their money and sit through stupid commercials to watch it when they wouldn't watch junior college football.
The Men's World Cup titles, they've won 0 since 1930. So yes, the men's tournament brings in more money, but when it comes to the U.S., I'd make the argument that the women's team is far more responsible for the boost in popularity and stuff.
Absolutely not. If they were more responsible, people would watch the shit more. They would watch women's soccer. So if you're going to make this into some kind of weird Marxism and say, well, the women's boosted it, so the men should give the money from the ad revenue they generate because people watch it, not the women's soccer. This is not good. No one's going to be happy at the end of this.
I would make the exact opposite argument. I know everyone's going to hate me.
Go ahead.
But the men's team makes more money if they make more.
Don's going full Andrew Tate here. I don't know what clown world, upside down world we're living in. This is bizarre.
Money than they should in the sport. I think the women should be paid more. I do. But if the men...
You're right that not...
The women should be paid based on what they generate. So if women's soccer generates, say, a net $100 million, investors want a return on their investment. You split the rest up with the women. That's what they get. And if they want to make more money, they got to make it more entertaining. Maybe lingerie, women's soccer.
Everyone has the same skills because the women are better skilled.
Well, the women are better skilled against other...
Women are better skills. They lost to a high school soccer team. Let's be honest here. Venus Williams lost to like a 200th ranked male tennis player. Let's not compare the two. Now, both can be interesting. I like women's MMA. I think it kicks ass. I'm not watching the WNBA. I think it's boring.
But if the women played the men, they wouldn't be winning the way that they win.
Okay, I'm not going to get into...
So,
I'm not even...
What do you mean you're not getting into it? They wouldn't win. Can we agree to sanity, to reality? Can we get out of fantasy land?
To that argument.
I'm just saying, if the sport makes more money, that means there's more money available. Why does it make more money? Because people are more interested in this.
Because they see it.
When I go to a sports...
Don's getting heckled like Andrew Tate would on The View. They're like, listen, repeat the talking points, Don. You know what to say here.
Guys, am I wrong? You guys don't want to say anything.
When I
go to a sports bar, if there is a women's basketball game on, I'm just being honest.
Which is on air less.
People will say,
we literally get to see it
guys, I don't want to watch this. I'm just telling you. I'm not.
If it was so good and it was on air, less people would flock to it. They'd be like, this is really good. And so I can't get enough of this. And people go, wow, we should expand the market. We're getting more advertiser dollars. at the end of the day, it's about the coin, and people are watching it, and women aren't watching women's soccer. If women came in droves to watch it, it would blow up.
Saying it's right. I'm just speaking. What
say it, preach it.
And so you cannot make people become interested in something that they are not interested in.
But you have to show it to them. Go ahead.
The only thing I would say is you can't make people interested in things that they aren't.
I'm not interested in curling in the Olympics. You can show it to me nonstop. I'm like, I'm not interested. It's not my jam. I didn't grow up with hockey. I'm not really interested in it. I can go to a game. It's kind of fun, but it's not my thing because I didn't grow up with it. You can force feed me, and I'm not going to just watch it.
But look at the young women who are participating in high school soccer. Those
they should get paid more money.
Tremendously.
I'm not saying that they should get paid more money.
I would just say in terms of fan base, here in the United States, the women's fan base has been climbing.
You know, when Stinky Fingers Don Lemon sounds sane, this guy is like the new simp. He's like the new Brian Stelter, I guess.
Ever so higher, at least if you look at the participation numbers.
You're making my point. So I'm saying they should get paid more money. But if there's more interest in the men's and more money is coming in the men's sports, those men are entitled to that more money.
But I don't.
Why don't we just go to the biggest strip club in the United States and say, hey, you got to give some money to this low-end male strip club. I know you're knocking down $10K a night. This guy's knocking down $1,000. You need to give half your $10K to this guy to make it fair.
I think you're.
Attaboy, Don. Attaboy. Welcome back to the Mr. Showtime podcast. In this video, Don the Lemon, for a former, well, he still is, it's just that he been demoted to a different segment of CNN. Don the Lemon, an anchor of CNN, set up a panel of, co-hosts, feminist co-hosts, and a simp that is probably gay and flamboyant, part of the limp-wristed community. Talking about, well, the reason why female sports hasn't been getting any recognition and attention and pay is because of, it's been suppressed and neglected for so long by society. All that bullshit. Don Lemon came out of the woodworks and spoke the truth and said that, hey, listen, why watch female sports instead of when you can watch male sports? Why would you want to watch the WNBA, a group of women that can just, all they do is just do a simple layups and they miss often, when you can watch men's basketball? You see hezzy fits, you see dribbles, behind the head catch, 3-point shot, cash on your bitch ass for the win. I don't care about NBA, I don't care about basketball, I'm just catering to my American audience, right? But you get the idea. Why watch female sports when you can watch men's sports? Men are inherently stronger, faster, and basically overall more exciting to watch. Men prefer to watch male sports. Women prefer to watch male sports. That's a preference. That's a biological inclination. That's a biological interest. It's not because, we're misogynist and we don't know. No, we're just not interested. Men make more money in sports. Male sports make more money because the market decides. The consumers decides what's valuable. And the consumers, i.e. most people, including women themselves, they prefer to watch and are much interested in men's sports because men are just more exciting to watch. Pause. Right? It's got nothing to do with sexism. It's got nothing to do with misogyny. No. Women are the weaker sex. There, I said it. So, you're not gonna guilt trip people into liking things they're just not naturally aren't interested in. I mean, this whole, the people might say, well, Mr. Showtime, in terms of the stats, women's sports is growing. Look at the Women's Rugby World Cup. Yeah, it's growing now because they're pushing it and shoving it down, forcefully shoving it down our throats by force now. Thinking that, we're just inherently gonna neglect watching the Springboks and now we're gonna watch the women's rugby or women's soccer or women's basketball. Nah, not really. I mean, the numbers are gonna grow and the numbers are going to grow a little bit since you're pushing it out there the most. But overall, people still not going to find it attractive. You can push it out there every day as much as you want. We're not going to find it attractive. We still prefer to watch men's sports. Okay? The reason why this is being done is because companies are trying to, woke virtue signal. Like, look at us. We are a good company. We're promoting women empowerment. Yeah. But you're gonna lose return on investment. The reason why companies didn't historically invest in women's sports is because there's no market for it. People don't find it attractive. And you pushing it into our faces often, it's not going to do much. It's not going to move the needle. Right? So, again, it's just all a bunch of woke virtue signaling. It's all part of the SJW woke New Age shenanigans agenda. Men's sports are always going to be the front line, the headline main event. Even in WWE, they're showing us divas matches more than ever. Them thinking that, you see, the reason why women's haven't been flourishing is because, right? It's because of the evil misogynistic patriarchy. No. It's about simple nature and biology and logic and reason. Right? It's all about pay-per-view. It's all about viewership. It's all about investment. But overall, it's all about what the customer is interested in. And no amount of shaming, saying that, shame on us because we don't watch women's sports. Yeah, because we don't care. Okay? And there's nothing you can do to change that. They can try and play as many women's sports more than men's sports. That still won't change a thing. We're not going to tune in as much. But have you ever wondered, do you know the type of female sports that gets most attention? Is because women are sexual beings, right? When we think of the female body, the female anatomy, we think of sex. Now, which sporting codes are flourishing in terms of viewership? Not because of the performance, not because of the results. We don't care. It's the sporting codes, female sporting codes that have more viewership. It's swimming, for obvious reasons. Women's tennis, and what else? I would say gymnastics. I love gymnastics. I don't care about who wins. I don't care about if Sunili or Simone Biles gets a gold medal or silver medal. I don't care. All we care about is watching them do somersaults in those skimpy outfits, those attractive skimpy outfits that are very attractive. Women are so attractive, even women are attracted to women. Right? So again, special shout out to Don Lemon for setting his female feminist colleagues straight, and that one gay simp, on simple gender dynamics. People are not interested in female sports because who wants to watch a bunch of butch-made, tomboy, feminist women try to dunk a basketball with far less skill? I mean, women's soccer. There's a video out there of the U.S. women's soccer team being beaten by a under 16 high school boys team by like 10-0 or something. Now, again, why exactly would we watch female sports when men offer like tremendous amount of skill, a display of skill, talent, and excitement? I mean, come on. But anyway, shout out to Don Lemon. I'm proud of you, Don Lemon. You've come a long way since, being on the left side. The CNN, they claim that, we were never liberal leaning in the first place. That's bullshit. you've been going after Trump and the Republican Party for I don't know how many years. But now you realize that people now are now tired of the woke virtue signaling. People now crave the truth. People crave our channels. People crave the red pill manosphere space, right? Special shout outs to you, Don. Way to get a wake up call. You know how they say, better late than never, right? But anyway, yeah, thank you so much, Don, for setting these women straight. Yeah. Women's sports is just not as exciting to watch as men's sports. We know this. Don't call me misogynist. We all know this, okay? Stop! Men's sports are more exciting. Men are stronger, faster, and more exciting to watch. Prove me otherwise. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and call me a misogynist, chauvinist, pig in the comment section. And yeah, cancel me. Cheers.